Okay, I have lesson 39, Genesis 48 through 49. And we're going to be talking about Jacob and his family settling in the land of Goshen in Egypt throughout the 7 years of famine. Joseph wisely administered the affairs of Egypt. Joseph introduced his father Jacob to Pharaoh, and Jacob blessed Pharaoh. Before Jacob died, he blessed Joseph and his two grandsons, Ephraim and Manasseh. Jacob then blessed his other 11 sons. So I wrote these words up here, and I want you to, well, if you can, write on a piece of paper about what they would like to accomplish, what you would like to accomplish in each of the categories, and or just tell me. You don't have to write it down.
In those categories?
Yeah, education or training. What would you guys like to accomplish?
In church, I would like to accomplish like going on a mission with my wife when we're older and wiser.
Roger.
Church, going on a mission, yes.
Carl?
Family to be able to give it simple.
Superman.
Achievements. I'd like to go on a mission and after that go to college. After that.
And then
So you
save the
make it in
world.
the NBA someday?
Alright. If you were to choose between your plan for your life and what Heavenly Father might have planned for your life, which would you choose and why?
Well, we don't really know what Heavenly Father has planned for us. So what He has could be better than like what you thought, but like you wouldn't know it at the time.
Well, we're going to talk today about how we can get to know His plan for us.
Okay.
Right,
I
another
guess I
question
would choose
is-
His plan.
The question is, in what ways do you think Joseph's life may have gone differently than he had planned? Roger?
I guess it was God's idea to make him find the plagues. And,
Wait, not Joseph Smith. Joseph.
oh,
Joseph
like
the-
Joseph, no?
Why are we talking about Joseph Smith now?
I guess would have been sold off to Egypt. I guess would have died earlier because of famine. Maybe.
That's true.
Would have gotten hanged by the Pharaoh.
But he didn't expect to be king of Egypt, like from going to jail going to king.
Yeah.
Alright, in Genesis 47, Pharaoh invited Joseph's father, Jacob, and his family to dwell in Egypt in the land of Goshen. Then Joseph introduced his father to Pharaoh. Jacob blessed Pharaoh. Joseph wisely administered the affairs of Egypt during the famine, saving lots of people and gathering great wealth for Pharaoh. And we're moving on to Genesis 48. Jacob blesses Joseph's sons and gives Ephraim the birthright. Alright. We're going to read Genesis 48, 7 to 10.
Wait, we got to get that Joseph Smith translation. I got it. I'll read it.
Alright.
And Jacob said unto Joseph, When the God of my fathers appeared unto me in Luz, the land of Canaan, he sware unto me that he would give unto me and unto my seed the land for an everlasting possession. Therefore, O my son, he hath blessed me in raising thee up to be a servant unto me, in saving my house from death, in delivering my people, thy brethren, from famine which was sore in the land. Wherefore the God of thy father shall bless thee, and the fruit of thy loins, that they shall be blessed above thy brethren, and above thy father's house. For thou hast prevailed, and thy father's house hath bowed down unto thee, even as it was shown unto thee before thou wast sold into Egypt, by the hand of thy brethren. Wherefore thy brethren shall bow down unto thee from generation to generation, unto the fruit of thy loins forever.
What did Jacob say about Joseph?
Well, he gave him that same blessing that Abraham and then Isaac and then he got. That he would, that his brothers would bow down unto him too. Just like the dreams, right?
What did Jacob want to do for Manasseh and Ephraim? Carlo, do you know?
That's in verse 8 and 9 of Genesis. Yeah, but the part I read didn't cover that.
Oh, did it?
No, that was the Joseph Smith translation.
Yeah, it was a Joseph Smith translation.
I'll read it. And Israel beheld Joseph's sons and said, Who are these? And Joseph said unto his father, They are my sons, whom God hath given me in this place. And he said, Bring them, I pray thee, unto me, and I will bless them. So now, what did Jacob want to do?
He wanted to bless them.
Alright. All of you have got your patriarchal blessing, right?
No.
No? Okay.
I think only Carla and Roger. You got yours, right? So I got my patriarchal blessing right here. I made a tiny little copy of it on my mission in Idaho, like 15 years ago, and I've kept it in my pocket and in my wallet. It's kind of gotten a little tattered, but I can still read it. I had a very short lifespan.
Alright, Jacob wanted to give Manasseh and Ephraim,
Right,
Yeah, the blessings that Jacob desired to give Manasseh and Ephraim were similar to patriarchal blessings because they describe Manasseh and Ephraim's future possibilities. Jacob was the patriarch of his family, which means he was the father or head of his family, as the prophet and priesthood and authority. Jacob was authorized to bestow blessings that were similar to what they know today as patriarchal blessing.
One question you can ask is, has anybody received a father's blessing? Like a blessing from your father, or even a blessing from a bishop or something like that?
I'm explaining the difference between father's blessing and patriarchal blessing. A father who holds a Melchizedek priesthood may give his children healing blessings or blessings of comfort and console at any time. Patriarchal blessing may be given to any worthy member of the church by a patriarch who has been called and ordained under the direction of the quorum of the 12 apostles. A patriarchal blessing contains a declaration of the recipient's lineage in the house of Israel, as well as guidance to help direct his or her life according to Heavenly Father's will. Those who wish to receive a patriarchal blessing must be interviewed by their bishop or branch president and receive a recommend. Alright, let's read Genesis 48, 13 to 14. Christian, can you read that?
And Joseph took them both, Ephraim in his right hand toward Israel's left hand, and Manasseh in his left hand toward Israel's right hand, and brought them near unto him. And Israel stretched out his right hand, and laid it upon Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his left hand upon Manasseh's head, guiding his hands wittingly, for Manasseh was the firstborn.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
What happened when Jacob laid his hands on Joseph's sons?
Would give him a blessing. But like he put the right hand on top of the younger son, which remember we talked about this kind of happened with Jacob and Esau, his brother, who had the birthright because he was older. But Manasseh had the birthright because he was older, but he switched them up to give the blessing to Ephraim, the younger.
Yeah, and in Jacob's day, a patriarch's right hand usually was to be placed on the firstborn son's head, symbolizing that the birthright blessing belonged to him. Alright, we're going to read 17 to 20. You guys want to go around?
Yeah, sure, I'll start. And when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, it displeased him. And he held up his father's hand to rule it from Ephraim's head unto Manasseh's head.
And Joseph said unto his father, Not so, my father, for this is the firstborn, but the right hand upon his head.
And his father refused and said, I know it, my son, I know it. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. But truly his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a multitude of nations.
And he blessed them that day, saying, In thee shall Israel bless, saying, God make thee as Ephraim and as Manasseh, as he set Ephraim before Manasseh.
Alright, how did Joseph react to the placement on Jacob's hand?
Confused, yes.
Yeah, he didn't like it. He's like, wait a minute, you got the wrong one. Also, you gotta remember, Jacob was old, and maybe he thought he couldn't see, because he couldn't see well. He says his eyes were dim. So he might have thought, you got it wrong, Dad.
How do you think Jacob knew that Ephraim was to receive the birthright blessing?
Because he's a prophet and a seer. Right, so it was through the spirit of revelation that he knew it. Like he said, he even told him, no, he's going to have a big nation. He's going to have a nation that comes from him also, but his younger brother will be greater than him.
Alright, what can we learn about patriarchal blessings from Jacob's blessings? Oh wait. What can we learn about patriarchal blessings from Jacob blessing his grandsons?
They're given through inspiration of God.
Yeah, perfect answer.
I don't know how you came up with that.
Revelation.
On point.
Superman.
Promises in the patriarchal blessing are conditional on the recipient's faithfulness to illustrate the importance of heeding warnings and following the counsel given in patriarchal blessings. Alright. That's long.
You want me to read it? I can read it.
Alright, he's going to read a quote by President Henry B. Erie.
Once long ago when I was serving as a bishop, a young woman in my ward came for an interview. We somehow got around to her telling me her feelings about her patriarchal blessing. She said that it depressed her rather than helped her. I must have looked surprised because she explained her feelings by telling me this. She said that her blessing warned her about sexual immorality, and at least by her report it did little else. It apparently warned her by describing a situation in which she might find herself and in which, if she yielded to temptation, she would come to great harm and sorrow. She said something about how that hurt her doubly, not only by being about something so depressing when she needed encouragement, but her social life then was so barren that such a situation could never arise. I remember better the interview I had with her less than a year later. She sobbed for a while, sitting in a chair on the other side of my desk in the bishop's office. And then she blurted out her tragedy and how it happened, exactly as she had told me the patriarch so long ago before had described. In her little season of doubt that a patriarch could see with inspiration, she had made choices that led to years of sorrow.
Okay. Alright, for the people who have their patriarchal blessing, how does it bless you? Like, how has it blessed you in your life?
I guess it's like best way to put it is like warning, saying, oh, just keep doing the right and you could get all this stuff in the end. It's the best way I can say it.
It's like your own little scripture. like your own scriptures that will help you.
Well, as a Christian, you need to get your picture off.
You guys should all get it. Who
Yeah,
can
it
you
was a
listen
group.
to? It's not hard at all to get it.
Can I share?
Yeah, sure.
For me, even just recently, having moved from Utah and grown up there my whole life, lived in my mission, and being so far away from family and everything I'm used to. It's a very different world out here, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then the challenges. We have 5 little boys. Our oldest just turned 12, and a lot of different things. My patriarchal blessing to go back and read it and then ponder what the Lord has said has brought me a lot of comfort and helps me know what to focus on and that sort of thing. Helps me to know what to seek, what gifts to seek.
Yeah. All right. Let's read Genesis 49, 1 through 2.
I'll read it.
All right.
And Jacob called unto his sons and said, Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Gather yourselves together, and hear ye, sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father.
All right. What was Jacob planning to tell his sons as he blessed them?
That which shall befall you in the last days. So that's what the patriarchal blessing was. What's going to happen to you in your life?
Okay. I'm going to read 8 through 10.
So this is the blessing for Judah. I read. And Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion, as an old lion. Who shall rouse him up? The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come. And unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys remember, we talked about who was a descendant of Judah,
The Jews.
right? And among them was Jesus, right? Before Jesus, though, who was in charge of Israel? Who was a descendant of Judah? He was a young prophet.
Abraham.
No. He slayed Goliath.
David.
David, that's right, yeah. So David, no, not Daniel, David. David, Solomon, all of those were the kings of Israel.
From what we just read, what are the blessings and prophecies that were given to the tribe of Judah?
Can you say it again?
What were the blessings that were given to Judah?
Yeah.
Offspring.
Mm-hmm.
To be praised.
Right? And when it says the scepter shall not depart out of thy hand and will be a lawgiver, it's telling him right there that his descendants will be the kings of Israel.
Did you find some prophecies too?
Yeah, in verse 10 there's a prophecy that says, until Shiloh comes. And who is that? What do you do when you don't know that word?
Look it up.
Click on it, exactly. Yeah.
Retribution.
The last days.
Alright, so the Hebrew word Shiloh may mean short form of Asherlo, which can be rendered whose right it is. And so whose right is it? And then it keeps on going. It says TG Jesus Christ.
Okay. We're going to read Genesis 49, 22, 26. I'll start. Joseph is a fruitful...
22?
Yeah.
22.
Joseph is a fruitful bough, even a fruitful bough by a well, whose branches run over the wall. The archers have sorely grieved him and shot at him. and hated him.
But his bow about in strength, and the arms of his hands were made strong by the hands of the Almighty God of Jacob. From thence is the shepherd, the son of Israel.
Even by the God of the Father who shall help thee, and by the Almighty who shall bless thee with blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that lay under, blessings of the breast and of the womb.
The blessings of thy father have prevailed above the blessings of my progenitors, unto the utmost bound of the everlasting hills. They shall be on the head of Joseph, and on the crown of the head of him that was separate from his brethren.
Alright, what are the blessings given to Joseph?
God would help him. He would be blessed with blessings from heaven.
Alright, what are some prophecies?
First, you're just going to shoot him.
Yeah, like he would be persecuted. But that he would have strength, right? And that God would make him strong.
Okay. I'll read this one. It's just 28, verse 28. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is it, that their father spake unto them, and blessed them every one according to his blessing. He blessed them. So, what's something righteous father can do to his family?
Bless them.
Good job.
What can we learn from Jacob about being a righteous father?
Well, I think...
Righteous.
Go ahead.
Now you can
No, go ahead.
go. My phone just...
No. I think you have to be worthy of it as well. Right? Like, what if you guys got hurt, or you were sick, or you found out you had like something really serious, and you went to your father and you wanted a blessing, but your dad was like, I really can't. I shouldn't give you a blessing right now because I'm not, I'm not doing the right things. You would feel pretty disappointed in him. Right? I mean, you have to be worthy to be able to give those blessings and have the spirit of revelation, to be able to receive inspiration from the Spirit. So that's an important thing.
Alright, what can young men do now to prepare to be ready to bless their families? Christian?
What can you do to prepare to be ready to bless your family someday?
Bless the people that I have in my life now.
Right. The decisions you make now will affect you in 10, 20 years or too, right? So if you decide to serve a mission, that's going to help you to be able to bless your family. But if you decide not to, or if you decide to do something, like you sin and do something bad, then you maybe put yourself out of worthiness.
Alright, let's say this in the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Haley. You did a great job.